I'm Lisa Welchel, and here on Collector's Call, we see some incredible collections.
Today on Collector's Call, I'm virtually visiting one of Hollywood's great character actors. Daniel Roebuck has been a recognizable face in movies and TV shows going back to the mid-1980s.
I've been in over 100 movies, and certainly more than 100 TV shows. Matlock, The Fugitive, U.S. Marshals.
Jay, honey, it's time to go get your makeup on. Your spot starts in 30 minutes.
I get it, manager, network, need to be alone. I can take a hint.
I played Jay Leno in The Late Shift. I'm in a lot of Rob Zombie horror movies.
Danny collects memorabilia from classic horror and science fiction movies. From the Universal Monsters to Planet of the Apes.
As a kid, I was so fascinated with monster movies and science fiction movies. I've had a collection around me, or as my father would say it, all this crap for literally 50 years. Movie posters, monster masks, monster models, everything.
Here's something we weren't able to show you on TV.
What is this, Danny? With sound effects and all.
This is a prized possession. This is from the 4th installment, Phantasm Oblivion. This is a Demon State Trooper. Lisa, it was worn by my friend and stunt double, Bob Ivy. Bob Ivy and I literally met as Hollywood extras right when I got to town in 1984. Bob Ivy knew that it would be appreciated if it were in my collection. I've had it in my collection for, gosh, almost 20 years probably.
So is it a mask? Is it a costume? Is it makeup?
It's a pullover mask that then would be glued to Bob Ivy's face, sculpted on his life cast probably, so it fit perfectly, so when it moved. Very rare to have an actual piece of Hollywood makeup that's lasted, because this was foam or latex rubber. It looks like foam. It's literally survived. That movie was 1998.
I love that each of these items that Danny has, he has a personal story with each one of them and personal relationship with each person who owned the item before. I don't know much about horror movies, so for me and any other viewers who may be like me, what are the Phantasm movies?
Don Coscarelli, at about 27 years old maybe, made a movie about 2 dimensions, ours and another one. The first one was so successful independently that Universal made the second one. There was 5 Phantasm movies now, including the last one, Ravager. Although the zombie trooper only appeared in Phantasm Oblivion.
And this was just given to you. So Rob, how much would someone have to pay for something like this if they didn't have such a friend?
Well, you know, makeups are sort of like the holy grail of collecting horror movies or the classic monster movies. And we have to say to the people that may not realize this, we don't have the early monster makeups anymore of Creature from the Black Lagoon and the Wolfman pieces because they've all deteriorated over time. My point for mentioning that is that this particular piece has such an iconic horror look that even if you weren't necessarily familiar with the Phantasm films, and I am not, it just looks iconic, and it's just like the type of thing that you would see in a horror collection. And because of that, I think that that adds value to this. I would put this piece at about $3,000.
I think he's right on that. I mean, it's a one-of-a-kind piece.
Share your collection with us at collectorscalltv.com.